On the surface, a new documentary about the much hyped and overexposed Seattle music scene in all of its grungy glory would seem a tired and uninspired idea. But the surface never interested filmmakers Doug Prey and Steve Helvey, who partnered in 1992 to shoot a musical odyssey loosely dubbed The Fabulous Sounds of the Pacific Northwest, after a Young Fresh Fellows album title. Quickly cracking the flannel veneer of the Seattle that's been force-fed to the public these past few years, Prey and Helvey ultimately emerged with a profound and engaging study of the fallout that occurs when the fragile artistic integrity of one insulated community is devastated by the voracious appetite of the modern media machine, driven by an insatiable quest for hype.
We did not want to make a self-serious documentary about the Seattle scene. That just really, that's a really bad idea.
We're a ton of band.
It's a film about a lot of bands who were not being covered by all the mass media. We just wanted to do something that would subvert the whole, that's why we call it hype, because it's about hyping what wasn't hyped, and it's about analyzing the hype itself.
What we tried to do with the whole narrative structure is trying to create the sense of what it was like before, to really take you into the world where friends are playing with friends. And
we played a show, some small club. The audience consisted of members of the other dozen or so bands that were playing similar bills in similar clubs.
You see a band in one context in a tiny little club with maybe 30 people on the front page of the Rolling Stone, and you're like, for the first time you really sense that there's something wrong here.
Well, imagine you're a band, you're making music for fun because you like writing your own songs, you like playing your own songs. Suddenly your life as a private individual is over with. And that's probably a pretty heavy thing to deal with.
So it became a way for a lot of musicians up there to voice a lot of real anger and a lot of humor.
My mom has always told me that I'm not a loser. So the whole loser thing, I never believed in, because clearly I'm not a loser.
Hype is anything but a loser, packed with musical performances and interviews with members of Cracker Bash, Alice in Chains, the Mono Men, Blood Circus, Love Battery, the Gits, the Posies, Pearl Jam, the Fastbacks, and the Young Fresh Fellows, to name just a few.
It's kind of like, look, if you're sick of the Seattle scene, this film is for you.
I'm a huge proponent of let's take it on the road. I love the idea of creating going into a town and setting up a theater with great sound systems so people could really hear the music the way it's supposed to be.
Just like a concert.
Like a concert.
So hey, hype and all its trappings could be rolling into your town someday soon. Prey and Helvey already have the beginnings of a convoy, thanks to a mobile museum of Seattle memorabilia that accompanied them to the Sundance Film Festival in January. For a Launch's guided tour of the museum's valuable contents, just point and click your way toward the truck on your screen and enjoy the fabulous sounds of the Pacific Northwest.
This is a dental impression of Eddie Vedder's. It would be the bottom teeth. Yeah. You can actually see how the lyrics would be formed and the expression of the vocal cords rushing over the bottom teeth. It's really quite dramatic. Just imagine me, Ted, naked on stage.
Add some pounds, of course. You know, yeah, imagine
Extra
Ted naked. Yeah, with nothing but a party hat on.
Man.
Yeah. That is leftover from this year's New Year's show of the Posies, the Presidents of the United States, and Super Deluxe at Mo. And that was just one of those moments where it was the end of the year and time to ditch a guitar.
Real telephone poles inside the truck.
Not to be confused with artificial telephone poles from some other city.
Now, what compelled you guys to collect? I mean, was this just stuff that you had? And you decided,
I think it was in your top drawer, wasn't it?
Yeah, all of this was in the top drawer of my...
I think, or my tool chest in the garage.